Hello, lovely people. How are you all guys doing? Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming. Yes, I'm borrowing Iyeki's platform today. Hey, Emanuela Abigail, you are the first. Nice to have you guys today, man. How are you all doing? Good evening, good evening. Let me see. I hope Iyeki will help me to share. Don't tell Iyeki I'm live. I'm stealing from her platform. I'm borrowing from her platform. Please, folks, share this out and let people come in. We actually want to discuss current affairs and politics and the situation going on down in Africa, especially in Nigeria right now. Yeah. Yes, good evening. Yes, Emanuela Abigail. I think your comment was the first I saw actually. God bless you. Victoria Semota, Monica Best Rice, John, Rita John, Princess Nusa. God bless you all for pumping in. Please invite your friends. Invite your loved ones. Let your husband sit beside you. Let us have fun, man. Nice fun. Nice fun. Well, today's program, like I introduced it in the afternoon, is with Mr. Bush Lion. Well, Bush Lion is already in the house. I will be bringing him on the screen just shortly, please. Current affairs and politics. Oh, great. So that means we have a very good audio. Bush Lion, I hope you are there. I can see you, right? Only me can see you for now. So just to allow more people to come in, and after that, I will bring in Bush Lion. I will also have another guest who is supposed to be joining us. I'll send out a link to him. He has not been able to respond just yet. Possibly he's going to join us later, or maybe Bush Lion may be able to call him and let him know the program I've started. And Bush Lion is obviously hearing me right now, right? Bush Lion, can you wait? Yeah, man, he's hearing me. Yes. So what I'm going to do, just not to obstruct the noise, because I discovered that when I allow like when Bush Lion is speaking, then the speaker will be reflecting back and forth, so it would be a very bad one. So I would therefore use my earpiece while Mr. Bush Lion will introduce himself and what we are about to do right now. So I will first of all put the Bush Lion on the screen. So Mr. Bush Lion, so you are going on the screen right now. Could you say hi to the people and do the introduction, please? That would be my pleasure, right? And do the introduction, please. That would be my pleasure, right? Oh, sorry, he is not here. We are not hearing him just yet. All right. Yeah, go ahead. We can hear. I think we can be able to hear you now. Yeah, go ahead. We can hear. I think we can be able to hear you now. No. Yeah, go ahead. We can hear. I think we can be able to hear you now. No. Yeah, go ahead. We can hear. I think we can be able to hear you now. No, we are not hearing just yet. Why? No, we are not hearing just yet. Why? Yeah, Mr. Bush Lion, can you check your mic maybe? Because just a moment. Yeah, for some reason we were not hearing Bush Lion. I will come back again to fix the audio issue, okay? And I would like to invite him just back again. I don't know why we were not hearing him. Uh-huh. I think yes, I think it will work now. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yes. It's actually working right now. How's everyone doing? I hope you all are enjoying the Saturday. I am the Bush Lion, and I'll be joining as a guest with Daddy Cool. And today we're going to talk about Nigeria 2023. And we'll be deliberating on the issues that is more critical to us as Nigerians, especially our Nigerians at home, not just Nigeria. So thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bush Lion. And have you been able to reach out to the other guy, please?
Not quite. I did call him, but I
Have
was
you been
able to
able
get
to
a hold
reach
of.
out to the other guy we are expecting to join us on call?
Yes, I did, but I didn't quite get a hold of him.
All right, no problem. We can just continue. I hope you still have the program with you, right?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh, I think you're a little bit freeze.
Oh,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the rest of you are hearing me. Today
can
we
you hear?
have just an introduction of what we intend to do henceforth. So let me put Mr. Bush Lion just beside me so that he will be. Hello, Mr. Bush Lion. How are you? Nice
Very
to
good.
have you. So the reason we are trying to run this program or up until the time the election will actually take place is just for us to, educate ourselves, make ourselves understand exactly what this politics campaign, what changes are we actually talking about, in case you hear from news or you hear other people talking about, oh, we need change, we need situation change. What exactly are we talking about change, and what has gone wrong, and what have we now concluded that this is the right way to do it? And before certain things can be done, there must be a very good leader, a leader that has credibility. That is where it all starts from. A leader who has a very good record. Where we can say, okay, fine, this is your reference of what you've done in time past. Then we can be able to count our hope and say, well, peradventure, he will be able to lead us out of this predicament. Because if you call home every day, you hear different stories every day about the situation. So, Mr. Bush Lion, from your
Right.
own point of view, now we have three major parties for this 2023, like we have said, right? And we have
Absolutely.
for PDP we have Article, and for APC we have Alhaji Ahmed Tinubu, and for Labour Party, which recently just sprang up with firebrand. Only God knows exactly who is fueling this revolution, I would say, Peter
Yes.
Obi. So, in your own perception, or rather what you think, okay,
Yes.
what are you seeing? Have you seen a thing like this before in all your life, or in all the politics you may have seen before? Have you seen such a momentum of this magnitude, movement? Now, the movement that is really going on. Have you seen such a momentum before?
Never seen anything like this before in the history of Nigerian politics. You know, other than when something that was kind of similar. other one was MKO Abiola. Okay, and we should also remember that that was prior to the internet. All right. So now, on the issue of Peter Obi, it's. I'm sure this is going to be the revolution that we've all been waiting for. And it's a movement of the not of the people, but a movement of the mind. We're moving the minds of the people, from the norm, the traditional, APC, PDP, to something different. We've all been looking for an alternative. I believe we're all tired of, you know, the same people from APC jump to PDP and the people who jump from PDP to APC. But at some point in time, we're all Nigerians all over the world, Nigerians at home. We're tired of APC and PDP. They were looking for an alternative. And that alternative is Peter Obi.
That's right.
Can you hear
That's
me?
right. That's right. See, yeah, that alternative obviously is Peter Obi, like every other person supporting Labour Party would say. Like in the afternoon, I did mention that we are supposed to be having, that is what we obviously had hope that we will have somebody from the PDP part to tell us exactly what hope are you actually counting on your PDP candidate that you're actually supporting, because we have big mouth. We can easily tell you exactly this is the reason why we are supporting Mr. Peter Obi. We can start counting from 1 up until 100, but that somebody still have some very good point to make me convinced that this is the reason why you are still opting for these very two big parties that have failed us over the years. And we're just looking for something new. Everybody talks about change, change. We need something new. It has to start from somewhere, somehow. And that is actually what we are looking at when it comes to Mr. Peter Obi. And Mr. Bush Lion, if I may tell you, do you realize that in the northern part of Nigeria the movement there is unbelievable? It doesn't have to be, it's not like it's an issue of Muslim or Christian or tribe. This is just something else that I have not found any perfect word to describe exactly what I'm seeing, not experiencing in this my old age, because I started knowing this politics from UPN, NPN, GNPP, and all those ones when I was very young. But
Hmm.
right now, I didn't see much of changes from that time up until this PDP and APC era. Until right now, or rather recently, that Labour Party sprang up from nowhere and just, well, because of the flag bearer right now. So what would you think about the Hausa man actually coming out massively campaigning and supporting Mr. Peter Obi, even well known that he's a Christian and from the east?
Well, before we answer that question, we also have to think about the diversity that we have as Nigerians. Nigeria is not a Christian nation, nor is it an Islamic nation. It's not. We're not. It's not an Igbo nation or a Edo nation or a Hausa nation. We are Nigerians collectively. The Igbos, the Hausas, the Benin, the Edos. Everyone. Just likewise the Christians and the Muslims. So, when I'm gonna come back to your question, okay? But I'm gonna also kind of like explain a little bit. When I met Tinubu when Tinubu picked a Muslim ticket. At that moment, I knew he was done politically on
Yes, please go
political front.
ahead.
Okay, when he picked a Muslim ticket, right? I knew he was done. Okay, we are Nigerians. There have to be checks and balances. And we practice democracy. Democracy is of the people, for the people, by the people. And who are the people? The Muslims are the Christians. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the things that unifies us, or that one of the things that we hold um, to a high
Absolutely.
value, one of the things we hold to a
Yeah,
high value is our
absolutely.
religion. Okay, we fall back on our religion. So when you do a Muslim ticket, that right there, is a politics of seclusion. Now you're secluding the Christians. from the threshold of the political arena. But when you do a Muslim Christian, it creates a balance. Okay, the Christian candidate is not going to, step out of his boundaries. Likewise, the Muslim candidate is going to step out of his boundaries. So when the candidate, okay, that Peter Obi chose, is a man I've been researching for quite a while, and is a crusader. Okay, and when I mean a crusader, he's equally as no nonsense as Peter Obi. He does not tolerate nonsense. He has zero tolerance for corruption. And at this point in our lives, okay, in 2022, what we need as a nation is discipline. Okay, we need financial discipline. We are not into, we are very uncoordinated financially as a nation. We need financial discipline. We need industrial discipline. Okay, countries. I'm going to refer back to America. Countries like America, we went through a period where we had the industrial revolution. Okay, where they identified the fact that industrialization was paramount, in the growth of the economy. All right, and that's one thing we don't have in Nigeria. Industrialization is not. Uh, we don't take it serious. It's not on the priority list. All right, for any nation to excel financially, you must, you know, um, you must harness your industrial growth. So these are two men who are very disciplined. All right. So I believe Peter Obi and the vice presidential candidate is going to take us from the level of being a nation of consumption to the of production. At this point, we need to produce and not to be so dependent on our natural resources alone. You know, uh, petroleum. I mean, the crude oil is not going to be there forever. Countries like America are moving towards alternative energy. Reusable energy. Right now, most of the cars you see out here are all electric vehicle. My vehicle, personally, my the vehicle I use on a daily basis, is a hybrid
That's right.
vehicle. I don't use so much fuel. Sometimes I fuel up maybe once every 3 weeks. Because so moving. What I'm trying to say is that we can't be so dependent on crude oil. There will be a point in time where crude oil will not be as relevant in the global economy as it is today. So now what do we do after that? So we need to start. We need a leader, okay, or a government who will be pro agricultural. Pro agriculture, pro industrialization. Pro health. A leader or a government that would finance, research, like heart surgery, and like lately, most of our youths are all dying of kidney disease, and that's diagnosing kidney disease. Everyone has a diagnosis of kidney disease these days. What are we doing as a nation? Are we doing more
Yeah.
research on kidney infection? What are we doing? You understand what I'm saying? So we need a leader like Peter Obi, and I see that in Peter Obi. He's a leader who believes in his people. You know, so if Peter Obi and the vice presidential candidate, I can't really pick his name right now, but I've read a lot about him. If they can both, uh, put their energy together and focus on the things, the relevant, you know, because the past government have always
Ahmed
focused.
Dati.
The past government have always all focused on, what is it called? They focus on the simple agenda, and that simple agenda is corruption, embezzlement, how to embezzle state treasury. It's a simple and it's that simple, you know. So I think that should be my humble
Yeah.
submission for that.
Yeah.
So we need a leader who is going to bring out the best out of us as Nigerians, because Nigerians, okay, are the best usually, in terms of.
Thank you very much. That was so outstanding and well elaborate. Yes, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, my lovely people, let's continue from there. So, Mr. Bush Lion, still please hang on there because we have a lot to talk about. Because while you were speaking, you made mention of so many things. It's like you actually shoot your arrow ahead of us, and that actually that reminds me a whole lot of stuff we are going to talk about. So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're watching us from wherever you are, we're
Yes.
just dealing with the issues of politics and current affairs. We just want to gist and create a forum where we have a place where we just can gather ourselves and just to talk and air up our own opinion and mind. So, and we were supposed to be having our beloved PDP member. Where is our PDP?
Go up.
Yes, our PDP member. Okay, fine. The PDP
APC.
man is not here. Never mind. By next week, because this program is going to continue every Saturday by the grace of God. And we actually need a lot of people. If you have any outstanding idea, you want people to also hear your idea, it is very good for us to share because you never know. These things we're doing right now, that people are going to watch and that will reshape in people's mind of good direction to say, okay, fine. If I put these three people down here, who has the most outstanding planning for me? Because it's all about you, it's all about us, all about we, and they are going to represent us and be able to help us and make decisions on our behalf. So if you now choose the wrong people to make decisions on your behalf, they can decide to kill you and they can decide to starve you. They can decide to rob you because because you could have checked their credibility. This guy I am voting for to go and represent me either in the House of Parliament or as a president or even as a governor, as a local government chairman. So am I actually voting for this guy to have more power to rob me? Or am I actually voting for such a person to assist? Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Um, when Nigerians brought Tinubu, or when APC brought Tinubu as a candidate, the first thing that came into my mind was, do we have such a short memory as Nigerians? When we all could remember for a fact that Tinubu was the one responsible for the Lekki Tollgate massacre. Okay? CNN and all the news media,
We do
international news
certainly.
media, right, wanted someone to be held accountable for the massacre that happened at Tollgate, at the Lekki Tollgate, and no one was held accountable. All right. So why Tinubu, single-handedly has turned himself into uh, Agbero in Lagos. Okay, and went as far as taking it all over the other states, the APC governed states in Nigeria, collecting revenues and all of that. So how of why on earth would anyone choose Tinubu as a presidential candidate for Nigerians? Okay, this is the same person who in the U.S. was he was indicted for uh, transporting cocaine, or sorry, not cocaine, white heroin. Okay, these are facts. I'm not making this up. These are factual allegations. Okay, he was indicted in Chicago back in 1993. I have the docket number.
Yeah, I
If
heard it.
anybody, right, if anybody thinks I'm lying, yep,
No.
I'll go ahead and give you the docket number, and we can, So, a person with such a nasty record, and considering, I mean, look at the
No,
issues.
just Google it. We have a whole lot of article to read about it.
Oh, oh yes. I mean, think about his. As of today, we don't know his actual age. Okay, a man who claims to be in his 60s or 70s, and his daughter is in her 60s. So I don't think he's in the. right now Nigerians need a model. We need a role model. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Hey, let me remind you something. Hey, Mr. Bush Lion, listen quickly. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Bush Lion, do you know what?
Yes, Daddy.
Tinubu has an ongoing lawsuit in the High Court right now regarding his fraudulent act. He has been sued
Okay.
because when he first contested as a Lagos State governor, he submitted a different
Yeah.
name, a different date of birth, and his resume was different, right? So
Right.
that alone was already a fraud, okay? So he succeeded on that. But now in the presidential race, he submitted a different resume, bearing
Right.
different date of
Names.
birth and place of school.
Right.
So the issue
Right.
of them asking him now to produce certificate rose up now. Now,
Mm.
people that knows him one on one, probably around the street of Lagos, those back then, those days, they have all spoken out, and there are some group. I can't remember if it is even INEC because he deceived INEC by producing fake certification and giving fake affidavit. You know that's punishable, right? And that
Of
alone can
course.
get him disqualified. But right, I
Absolutely.
think that is the reason I was trying to get through to one of my friends from Kaduna State, because he is one of the people who is actually following up with that case, who is gisting me about it. But unfortunately, for network reason, I'm not able to reach him. So just what you have just said just now. See, if you hear him, give speech about what he wants to do, he has a very smart and smooth accent. I really like that. But then let me tell you, the content is not convincing just yet. From day one, the first thing I heard from him is Emilio Kan. I didn't really quite know what it means until people that
Right.
speak Yoruba begins to explain that Emilio Kan simply means it's my turn. And if I
It's my
understand
turn.
what is his turn, that means my destiny for next 4 years. It is his turn to control my destiny. If you don't understand what it means, actually, because we're talking about governance, we're talking about
Right.
somebody who is eventually going to preside over almost, if not above 2 million people, whether both home and abroad. But do you know what I always say, right? We in abroad, we are much more involved in Nigeria, much more than those in Nigeria. Do you know that? Because you find
Absolutely.
yourself having to take care of more than 5 people. Oh, have I lost you, Mr. Bush Lion? Okay. Maybe I may have lost him, but he will coming back again. Then I will hook him up again. So what I'm trying to say here is that we have a lot of people back home which we support eventually. Actually, we take their responsibility. What the government of the very country should have been doing for them is what we eventually ends up doing for them. Like here in Europe, the parents end up not having to pay school fees for their secondary school children. Let's put it that way. And in the university, you got some grant which is called finance or national finance or whichever finance way, but it is being financed whichever way for you to go to school, though you pay back. But we do not have such opportunities in Africa, and we have a lot of brilliant people that would have loved to go to school, but the means is not there. Those that could manage to even pay school fees are not able to take care of themselves. Having finished paying school fees, that is not where it all ends. You have to survive yourself in the campus. I was there myself, so I know what it is. You have to survive yourself in the campus. Nothing like income coming in. The little you have is just what your life depends upon. But not everybody have equal parents. Some parents are rich. Some parents are poor. Some are even sponsoring themselves in the university, which I have seen. Both girls, men, fathers. Yes, we got Bush Lion back again. Yes, man. Really? You're in green room guest? But I'm not seeing you just yet. I don't know what happened. Okay, I think he will come back again. So this is how difficult it is. But on a normal circumstances, if you want to compare with the Western world or in America or Australia or just let's say the advanced world, you will understand that government force in for every student, and they force in for every student, and based on that, students do not feel that stress. Number one, they provide housing, which is very important. But in Nigeria, students use stress for your own housing by yourself. Not everybody loves to live in the campus. I never lived in the campus. I lived off campus. And even before you can get a very little centimeter space in that same campus where about 6 people or 4 people are choked in a very little room, it is not even easy. You don't want to know how expensive it could even be. Depends on which school you are going to, and depends on where the location of the campus is. So sometimes it is even better to go rent house outside, but nobody gives you any subsidy of any kind. But in the Western world, you get it. So if you want to really look at it, you will find out that we have a whole lot of places or a whole lot of aspect of our life as a citizen where we are lacking those things the government are supposed to give to us as citizens of Nigeria. Now, why talking about all this blah, 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 but we need people who have this same idea as we speak right now, not those ideas that are obsolete, ideas that are very old. So listening to these 3 candidates sometime, to be very honest, both the PDP and APC seems to be very boring most of the time to me. But when I listen to Mr. Peter Obi, not just for the fact that I'm supporting him, but for the most part that he speaks with facts and figures. He doesn't just speak, he speaks by telling you about the GDP, which GDP is just like, see it like the pocket money, pocket money of a nation. It's just describe it as so that you understand. The GDP might sound so very big. No, that means your pocket money, your capacity of spending, your level of spending, how much you can spend. Then before you begin to divide per capita upon every citizen. So when you hear Mr. Peter Obi speaks, you will begin to hear him that country like Netherlands, that is a very small country, which Netherlands landscape is not as big as Edo State. No, Edo State is bigger than the Netherlands, but the GDP of Netherlands is so huge, at least about times 5 of that of Nigeria. Yeah. So when you compare this GDP, when you compare all these things together, because GDP is what makes a country either to grow or to be able to do import and to be able to do export. So Mr. Bush Lion, if you're still with us, please could you come in again and let's continue with the program. And if you're able to reach the other bros again, if you're able to reach that bros, let him join us as well. We need a PDP member to speak with us. It's so interesting. I want to hear what is his own idea. So let's continue, folks. If we continue counting and talking, there are a lot of things that we actually need changes for. If you don't take care of students, just imagine for the past 7 or 8 months or even 9 months now, ASU have striked. Students are not at school, meaning they have not learned within this very whole period of time. The whole year is gone already. We are just counting a few months now to Christmas time. Then we hit December. We shout Happy New Year, another school year. So technically, because of the failure of the government, the life of those students who are presently studying and those who are even anticipating to start with the level of university study, their life has been cheated now by the government with 1 whole year. This is how setback begins in the life of an individual. It's not your fault as a student. No, you didn't do anything. You have paid your school fee. But there are some rules and regulations government have outrightly, ignored, abused, and they didn't think it is important to take care of students. How many campuses are very okay? No campuses, no, except it's a new school, okay, you can say, okay, new school. No maintenance whatsoever. It's like a bush place now. If you go there, it's rubbish. But when you come, my own university here, my own school here, oh my God, even Queen's University, if you go there, lovely. Everywhere clean, neat. Why? Government has a budget for that which they don't fail to finance. Nigeria has that on paper. The government will dish out the money, but the money ends in the hands of Oga. It will never go down. So in other words, the contractor that is a contractor to clean the university, just let's start from cleaning at least. It's not okay to learn in a very dirty environment. So there are little things. Now, for 9 months, students are home. What do you expect of those students? They can't feed themselves. The only hope they have is for them to quickly finish study, learn the trade, learn something, and hope for a better life. But now the better life is delayed with 1 whole year. So, and the government is there talking about, I don't want to even go in there, right? But we need a change anyway. Thank God. By next year, we'll be able to take care of that. So I'm not sure if Mr. Bush Lion is still able to join us, but for some reason, he is out of line right now. Now, let's quickly talk about the rallies and the support and the 1 million people march that is going on right now. It will surprise you to know that virtually every state of the country have done rally for Labour Party. And it will surprise you also to know that most people doing this rally, actually amongst them, Labour Party is not really popular. But what is popular is Mr. Peter Obi. Why? He is the focus and he is the flag bearer that actually we are looking up to, who has the charismatic to be able to deliver compared to those obsolete Idiomandem, those people that are very old. So the rally is still going on, though the other parties are also doing rallies, but the rallies is just a handful of people making noise on the street, which is not to be compared with the rally of Mr. Peter Obi and the Labour Party, and that is a very massive rally. And recently, the one they did in Calabar or Cross River State was also a very big one. I think I need to borrow Iyeki's telephone in case you want to call in, but let me just call Mr. Bush Lion. Then, in case he's not able to join the studio direct, then we might be able to speak through WhatsApp or through video call on WhatsApp. I can still be able to put him on. Give me a sec, please. It's ringing. Yeah, man, what's up? Oh, okay, no problem. So you're coming right back, right? Oh, great. Thank you very much. Cheers. Yes. So somebody called in and the broadcast cut off. I believe he was using the same telephone to speak why call came in. Anyway, he's going to join us shortly. Now, there are many things we can talk. I think I need to borrow. Iyeki, if you're watching me, can I borrow your phone, please? In case people want to call in so that they have opportunity to speak and contribute and also air their mind. I know every Nigerians are very angry and pissed off. Everybody needs a good life. Yeah, good life. We all need good life. You need it. I need it. Everybody needs it. Now, the reason why I mostly focus on the northern part, because before now, we always believe that you Muslim people only go after the Muslim people, and why the Christian people will only like to vote for the Christian people. But, well, it has been like that in time past. I will not deny that. Yeah, we got Mr. Bush Lion back again in the call. Hold it, man. Yes. Come on. Yes, Mr. Bush Lion. Nice to have you again, bro.
It's a pleasure. Sorry about that. Sometimes when calls come in, my internet go out of line.
UK number.
Only the UK number. Do they have it already, or do I have to pin it? Okay. I will have to pin a number. Don't I have the number here stored somewhere? Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Bush Lion. We're hearing you, I suppose.
right. So I'm
So
on
what I
my.
was just trying to explain, Mr. Bushlion, just listen briefly. Maybe you were not listening. I was only
Okay.
just trying to talk about the fact that um, I just spoke about the university students that have been on strike since January or February. They said up until now, these people are not back to school, and technically, a year of their own life has been robbed of them, and their aspirations, their future planning, even if they plan to marry just after school, now that marriage has been deferred with yet another year again. And if this government continues like this, there is no hope that most of them, just let's take for instance somebody who just get into the university from year one, after a couple of months strike starts, he's just getting himself introduced into the university, strike, 1 year gone. He's coming back to start from one again. Technically, you are repeating a class you are not supposed to repeat, and
Yes.
you are 1 year behind, which is not supposed to be. All because of the fault of the failed government that we are having right now. So what I was trying to say is, if we do have government that cares about the people, having the people at heart, willing to help the people and bring about a new innovation. Not these obsolete guys we have. These are old guys. They don't have any new innovative stuff. They are no longer technocrat. They are no longer charismatic. All they know is of the past. So, like Obil, who is always talking with facts and figure, talking about GDP, and also quickly highlighted that GDP is like a pocket money of a nation that depends of your pocket. That is the level with which you can spend your money and begin to make your plans and base your innovation or your increasing your, like what you said just now, industry, making new investment and supporting, empowering the citizen. Because if you don't have any meaningful GDP, you are not bringing in anything, you are not selling anything out, you are only importing, which Obi said we want to stop being a consuming nation and rather be a producing nation. So far, that is what I was just highlighting why you were briefly off. So what
Right.
do you have to say about the recent strike that is so long, up until 9 months of the whole year? We are still on strike.
So in a working society, if there should be a protest or a strike, it should not take longer than 2 weeks. Okay, in any working society, when a protest lasts more than a month, 30 days, then it is evident that that society is not working, and that is a definition of a society. We may not believe it or not, but Nigeria is a failed nation. You know, uh, for us to have a strike for 9 months, you know, having strike for 9 months is an evident outcome of poor governance. It shows that these people in power are mentally not fit to be in power. It shows that they're not empathetic. They don't think about the struggles of the poor, innocent citizens. And like I always say, when you see a garbage can, all right, sitting around in a living room for long, you know there's someone benefiting from that garbage can. All right. So what I'm trying to say in essence is this: um, for the fact that Nigerians have become accustomed to this ill governance
Yeah.
or or poor government, we've taken it as the norm. It's because, for one, there are people who they are beneficiaries of this poor government. Okay, there's no reason why a higher institution should be on strike for more than 30 days, talk less of 9 months. That's more than half of that's almost 90% of the year already, three-quarters of the year. Okay, gone without someone addressing that issue. You understand what I'm saying? So, who do we hold accountable for this? A society where we don't hold people
But
accountable.
technically, that is 2 semester, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, technically,
Right?
that's 2 semester.
Yes. So, who do we hold accountable for this behavior? Okay. And that's one of the major problems we have as a nation. We don't hold people accountable. All right? Someone should lose their job over this. Someone needs to be impeached. You understand what I'm saying? This issue.
No.
Why should we have student
Let me
athletes
tell you
running?
something. Yes. Yes, Mr. Bush Lion, you just made another outstanding point just now. You see, we as Nigerians, we lack accountability. And what gave birth to the lack of accountability is the fact that we have this self-deceptive respect that we do not point finger at our leaders or at our senior that, hey, what you are doing is wrong. If you do so, you are very rude and disrespectful. So this very little thing being part of what we were brought up in, you'll find out that even the youth with young, outstanding, innovative idea cannot step up their game to look at the old men and say, look, sir, it is true you guys have led us up to this extent and you guys have done your own part. But this is the new innovative idea that will drive us forward. This is the new idea of the whole world. For instance, let's see. You know, in the beginning, many of them were making so many frivolous statements such as that Mr. Obi is only in the diaspora. And they were saying, oh yeah, whatsoever that you are saying right now on the ground is what matters. PDP own the ground or APC own the ground. Mr. Obi is only known in the diaspora. I say, hey, does these guys even know what they're talking about? Diaspora rules the ground if you are very smart. Because if you are telling me Mr. Obi rules the diaspora on the ground, meaning there is no ground. If you have air superiority, you win the war. That is why America always kick anybody's ass. What they go after is to first of all take over your air. If you have air superiority, when you say air superiority, it's not just only your plane is able to fly over my air. No, your air wave is also taking. Your internet is taking. Your communication is taking. Anything air is taking. If you cough, they hear it. If you haven't going to wherever you go to the bathroom, they know it. That is the superiority we're talking about. Exactly what social media is technically, which these old people with obsolete idea did not realize at first. Let me tell you, the diaspora rules everything down home. Mr. Bush Lion, haven't you spoken to somebody in Nigeria today? Yes. And many of you watching me today, you have spoken to somebody in Nigeria today. Right now, as we even speak, you might just be on the call with somebody in Nigeria right now. So what are you talking about? You from diaspora having a very great influence over somebody in Nigeria. So technically, diaspora rules.
Yes.
Go ahead.
If the diasporans choose not to send money home for 1 year, all right, the Nigerian economy will collapse. As of right now, the diaspora are the ones sustaining the economy because one, we provide social welfare.
1 month, not 1 year. Just say 1 month.
Number why I'm saying this is because the government does not provide
Yeah.
welfare. We are the ones who provide welfare to our family members at home. You understand what I'm saying? So we are the ones who give those family members
No,
school fees to buy schools. I mean to send their kids to
that's
schools.
right.
We send them money to go to the market to feed. You understand what I'm saying? We send them money pretty much for everything, all their basic needs. What the government is supposed to be doing for the
Yeah.
society, the diasporas are doing. And we have a very large
Thank you,
influence in
Mr.
our.
Bush Lion. I have just actually, yes, I have actually just highlighted on that shortly just now when you were just shortly away. What I did,
Okay.
what I did said, what I did said was that that we in the diaspora we feel the pain and we are the one carrying the load of the government 50%. And I was making illustration of how students are even struggling with both school fees and surviving in the campus with books, with facility to learn, and with every other thing you need. Because school fees is actually not the only thing you need. After school fees, there are many other stuff you have to face. Now Nigeria talk about handout is just handout. People are buying those days just a rip off. You don't need handout, you need a textbook. But recently, you need to really spend some time behind your PC. Wikipedia is there to do a lot of research. You have a lot of material, but then will any student able to buy data continuously to do a lot of research from on the internet? If you're able to buy data, your laptop will soon weak. There is no light to charge your laptop to continue studying. So there are still a whole lot of things that make things difficult for the student in the first place. Not to talk school fees. School fees is actually the least, to be honest, because you live day to day. School fees is the least and the cheapest of a student life. You eat 3 times a day, no how. You dress up, you trek, or you trek to school, or you enter bus, or you enter Okada to school to classes. If you check the amount of money you spend from the whole semester to transport yourself to feed, you will find out that it is times 3 of your school fees. So when you say I pay your school fees, shut up. It's not really, except if you did not pass through the process. I passed through that process. I know when we will cook red oil rice, just arrange tomatoes, onions, maggi. Oh, but that one are very bling rice now. That's student rice. Before you come back from bedroom, everywhere they sent, meaning it don't done. As it is hot, who not get spoon quick or use hand. That's how we survive, and that will last you for another till evening in the first place. Whether you are hungry, you are on your own. But it's not supposed to be like that. That's not what we have it here in the Western world. I just make that comparison. You did mention just now that many of us here are the ones surviving our people down home. Yes, I concur to that. We take care of them 50%. We take that responsibility of government. Many of us pay school fees for our brothers' children, our sisters' children, our junior one. It is our responsibility to pay their school fees. Not just that. Their medical issues is upon us. Many of you watching me, not only me, Bush Lion, you, all of you, pay this every month. So it's not like it's a collective problem. It's not like the problem is not individualistic. It's a collective problem that has eaten into the society. As I felt it daily is the same way you are feeling it daily, right? So that's why when we talk about it like this, so to make people understand, hey, come. It is good to clap and sing for any party, but sit down. Do you like your situation as it is right now? I will help you to answer. No, obviously you will not like it. I don't like it. My uncle don't like it. My auntie don't like it. My siblings don't like it. So I can also answer for you. So if my family don't like it, there is no possible way that your family down home will like it. My grandpapa no go like him. My grandmama them, they no like him. Why? Bush Lion, I don't think we can cover everything today, to be very honest. I don't want to come into the pension issue. That pension issue is an abuse of elderly people. Abuse of civil servants, abuse of people that have served that country wholeheartedly. Soldier pension, police pension, civil servant pension, court people pension, secretariat pension. Hey, man, just keep dispense.
Daddy, go. It's like
even me as an old man, I work in railway from 1945 to 1925 to 1945 till today. They not give me pension as an old man.
Daddy, go. Can you hear me? Daddy, go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did hear you, bro.
I was talking about.
Yeah, man. I'm hearing.
Yeah, I was talking about this overpayment of our politicians. Why should our politicians be driving around in Rolls Royces and Bentleys? I'm gonna use Dino Malaya for as a case study here. Senator Dino Malaya. All right. I see his lifestyle. And I know he didn't acquire all that money through
Yeah.
business. It was politics that gave him the
Yeah.
money to get into business. You know, so why would these politicians be so spoilt when our civil servants, the people who actually do the work, all right, the teachers, the nurses, the court clerk, you know, the folks working at various the police officers, you know, why can't we take from all that millions we pay those people and pay our civil servants? Do you know most civil servants, I think they pay them per grade, right? In Nigeria today, still earn around 35,000 naira
Can
a
I say
month.
something to you, Mr. Bush Lion?
Yeah. Go ahead, Dr. Medical. Can you hear me?
You see, why pensions are not paid?
Hmm.
This issue reoccur from time to time in Nigeria. If you are very conversant with Nigerian newspapers, and if you read Nigerian newspaper and you are following the current affairs going on, you must
Hmm.
have come across from time to time. Even see, every trade in Nigeria has a pension fund. There is a
Hmm.
police pension fund, there is a army pension fund, civil servant pension fund that just serve who are non-military, the paramilitary pension fund and all that. Okay, I will only pick on both the army pension fund and the police pension fund. Many generals and many IGs have been sacked over time. I believe you remember one police inspector general called Balogun long time ago. Now he wasn't paying the police pension fund, and you know what he was doing with it, which is very like that is a clever thing to do. He thought it was clever thing to do, but that was a very criminally clever minded person. Now the pension money he's supposed to pay every month to the pensioners who have worked for their money, he took the money and put it into his own fixed deposit account. Don't you know what that means? That money
Oh,
simply yield interest for him. And we are not talking about 20 naira. We are not talking about 100 naira. Yeah. We're talking about billions.
billions. Yeah.
So, in other words, in a month, that billions can actually earn him almost 1 million every day. So, if it is one whole year, the pension is delayed, you can imagine how
Mm.
many millions they will rake in at the end of the day. But most of
Right.
them are never satisfied with just 1 year deal. They will continue to hold people money for 10 years until the old men, many of them are dead, or many of them are coming to the offices to make trouble. The media
Hmm.
steps in, then you see some of them trying to release maybe 2 3 months pension, and it will look big in the eyes of those old men. Everybody will keep quiet for a while. So, but many investigations have really taken place most times, and the culprit are either sacked or jailed because it's a very big crime. It's a heinous crime, very barbaric crime. This is
Right.
money that belongs to old people who has no other form of income. This thing
Mm.
is as good as their salary, their
Yes.
birthright. Now you are sitting on their salary. What about the ghost workers? We also, okay, Bush Lion will be back again. What about the ghost workers? We also have ghost workers. Yeah, people that are never in the ministry, they will have names that they are working there. So the paymaster will keep paying people that are never working there. In council, you have that. That is local government councils. You have that a lot. And in most police office payment scheme, you also have that. People who are originally no longer in service, they are still getting salary, but the salary does not go to them. It goes to another person who originally set up those kind of fictitious payment, and that is how they get their own supposed livelihood. And all these things put together is killing us. Now, if a pension is not paid to my granddad, for instance, that means my granddad is not going to earn money this month. Will I let my granddaddy die? No. It will not take me to fall into that gap that one corrupt idiot is causing in Nigeria. I in Europe, we have to come and bridge up that gap for my granddaddy who is pensioned now. It could be your granddaddy. That's what you do at the same time. Many of you that are lucky to have grandma that are pensioners, teachers, are civil servants. Is it just word that? It doesn't matter what kind of work you do, so long you work for the government, for any ministry under the government, you are a civil servant. And when you pension, the government had made an arrangement for you on paper, though it is not carried out. That's why we are making noise now. If it is being carried out, that means everything would have been good. Meaning, if you finish your service, you relax at home with a pension, you are able to get your normal food because you are not going to be buying clothing or going anywhere, nor taking care of anybody. It is assumed your children are already grown. Now you are having grandkids. But that is how it plays out in the Western world, not in Nigeria, no. We talk about pension, okay, that is, if we talk about contract, we might not live here today. We might just be here till next tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be speaking for 1 hour and 1 minute. It is my pleasure to run this commentary continuously until when we are going to have the election, really. And don't forget, the actual campaign date is going to start, if it is not started yesterday already, which is either 29 of this month, they say 9 of this month, whichever way. The campaign is going to start officially. And when it starts officially, then we will be able to come up with graphics to be able to check the graph of what and how the supporters are going. We can carry out our own voting here based on what you've heard on the street or what you come across on TikTok or what your people have told you back home or what you come across on YouTube, Facebook, or wherever. Then based on that, you can vote. Oh, I have been seeing PDP much more this week. Then you can vote for PDP. So from time to time in the evening like this, every Saturday, we'll come up with narratives or what's up. So in case you'll be following me in time past, this is also part of comment session I have been running. So now it has become political and current affair comment session. So what I'm doing is just to comment on the situation we are collectively passing through and what we anticipate to be the result of what we want. Actually, we want our brothers and sisters down home to have at least equal life like we are having here, if it is possible. And at least we have not even touched insecurity. We have not even talked about the fuel system and how much is a liter of fuel right now. We've not talked about fuel subsidy, how criminally minded they crafted out such a plan. You know, when you say, I give you fuel subsidy, it will look as if, oh, we're going to be buying fuel very cheap right now. Woohoo! But it's not true, folks. It's never true. It's just like a case of the rich gets richer and you, the poorer, you are going to pay like this for it. And that is what they are actually paying for right now. The light system, we have not even spoken of that. So that is why I actually don't want to mention PDP or APC. You know why? They've been in power enough to bring about change, at least somehow. Roads, rubbish. Electricity, we don't have. Internet, it's not good. They say 5G, 4G. I can tell you Nigeria is not even using 2G. You can argue that, but I will tell you from my own experience and as my own expert that I don't even think they have that capacity. They can write anything, is okay. But when it is well measured, it's not up to 2G. And 2G simply means 2 gigabytes. You can't have 2G or at least minimum 3G and still not have a very stable network or not having a stable WhatsApp communication and stuff like that. No, it is not possible. It is not possible. So I hope Mr. Bushline will be able to rejoin us again. Otherwise, I would like to quickly give you a preamble of what will come hereafter, like by next week. So if you are interested in this program, please feel free to indicate by contacting us through either this very page which I am broadcasting right now. You can send us an inbox message that you are interested. You can leave your telephone number behind, and Iyeki will definitely see that and pick it up. Then we can be able to make a very good and concrete arrangement how we are going to make the broadcast, and many radio broadcasters will be coming into this program as well to add their own point of view and to educate us more. And we in the diaspora, we cannot tell everything happening down there at home. So that's why most time I like to involve those in Nigeria, especially from both the north and the eastern part of Nigeria, to bring their own contribution and enlighten us exactly what exactly is going on. And maybe sometime we'll be playing some videos that is taken from some of these rallies going on, or some of the happenings going on the ground, so that you'll be seeing some of the graphics going on. So, folks, it is my pleasure having you today by the grace of God, and I hope I did it well today. Please leave your comment behind if it was okay, if it was sweet delicious, and if there is anything else you may want us to add to this very program, feel free to comment it and make your suggestion. Is always welcome. Why? It is the program of the people, for the people, and by the people. Yeah, I am just going to be the commentator, the tafia man. Then all of us collectively, we are going to run this program, whereby your contribution and your own idea will help us, if only it will point our idea to constructive and well-behaved way of life and discipline, which is much more important, because these people we're talking about, they themselves are not disciplined. They are not disciplined people. So we want to get rid of indiscipline, and we rather say war against indiscipline, and let us usher in discipline, so that we will appreciate discipline. It's not easy to talk. I really praise the Yeki that can talk for 2 hours long without stopping. Even when I'm not shouting, I'm already getting exhausted. Thank you very, very much. So, folks, let me read comments. If you have any question or contribution, please drop it on the comment section. Let me quickly run through and read. So for those of you that are on YouTube, sorry I was not able to really say hi to you. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you very much for being with us there. Okay, so I will quickly read from the chat. So if you have any question, if you can just drop it, I will be very happy. So Harrison Scott, people are not many because it's no saga. You can see how stupid many people are. Hey, yeah. Yes, because people's ears are actually inching and their interest is not right yet. By the time they have the correct and the very right mind of interest, I think things might just be better for them and for everybody collectively, because it's not just one individual in it. God of the people, by the people. Okay, government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Yes, Samata Karo, God bless you. Yes, indeed. That is the definition of democracy. They told us that democracy is the government chosen by the people, for the people, and with the people ruling themselves. That's actually what it's all about. So, yes, perfect. He said that is Maris Uyi. God bless you. And Usai, you said, please don't insult them. Many people love different things. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's what I've just said. Many people love different things, but depends on what you actually love, It's true. One man meat is another man's poison. If politics doesn't have to be your interest. I'm not a politician. I don't even like politics. I hate politics. But it's different. You loving politics is different from you talking about politics. The journalists that talk about politics, they are not politicians. They are not interested in politics. But somehow they talk about the news of the politicians. So you talking about the news of the politician is not equivalent to you loving politics. That's just an instance. So anybody can love anything, by the way. Some people are here not because they love politics, but because they love the subject matter which is being talked about. Because you know it, I know it, we feel it, everybody feel it. But it is good for us to remind ourselves though. Yeah, the end stupid place. Saga is actually sweet. Okay. That one says saga is actually sweet. Well, saga is actually... But if it is fun, funny, comedy, you can chill with it sometimes. Not bad. That's what I would say. So condemning it outrightly is not something I would like to rather do, but just depends on your own interest, because what I like is not what you don't like. Most of you don't drink coffee, do you? No. And some of you that do drink coffee, you add a lot of sugar, right? Some of you that don't like that drink coffee also add sugar, make very thick, like Monica. But I drink coffee with a very, very bitter one, no sugar, nothing else, just pure coffee. You see, that's what I like. I can't drink the one Monica makes, and I cannot drink the one you also make. That's just an instance. I like pounded yam. You can't find myself me goes to settle down with bread or anything else. No. My people say ekoma vwe bread amanwe or manorio. Hey, did you hear that? Bread no belleful, not to talk of who chop am. So I always opt for something, bockish. So something like that. But people prefer to eat bread and pounded yam. I believe some people may have not eaten pounded yam this month. This year, I can't remember if I have eaten bread. This year, I can't remember. No, I don't even remember to buy. I don't know who to buy it for. But the children do buy. They eat bread a lot. Yeki likes bread. She eats bread, but I can't remember myself having to buy one. I don't even know how much it costs right now. So, but people buys that every day. Why? It is their thing. That it is not my thing doesn't mean I should outrightly condemn it. No. We should find a very thin line of acceptance that love what you love. Give me the chance for me to love what me love. You see? Same with music. I love reggae music. Some other guys love R&B or soul ballad or Afro music or African music. So it's all different taste. Different taste. Okay, Messi Iyo said, I don't like politics, but it is good to listen to what is really important about our country. God bless you, Daddy Cool. Thank you very much, Mama. I assume Messi Iyo, that's a woman's name. God bless you. Yeah, it is true. We need to know, because there are many things. If you are not exposed in understanding an idea, you can be misled with little things. But one story that if you are told one story, that story could unbox many other things for you to understand. We talk about GDP just now. You may have been hearing GDP. Maybe many people say, what is GDP? Simply explain. Now your pocket money as an individual. That's how you should say it. Hey, I just get pocket money. My pocket money now 100 naira or 100 euro, for instance. That means your spending will be under that 100 naira. And meanwhile, somebody else is having GDP of 20 naira, or 20 euro. So he cannot dare to go do something of 50. Already you are going 30 euros deficit, if you understand. So when you hear a country have a so high GDP, meaning they have so much room to spend money to develop her citizen, develop the infrastructure such as refinery that is dead for a long time. But we have Uncle Dangote, who single-handedly built his own, that is going to be producing so many multiple stuff. He's a businessman, but a country cannot even repair the one that was built long time ago. So these are the things we talk about. So God bless you, my people. It pains me to go, but now we have stayed for some time, and I hope to see you again. God bless you all. Thank you very much, and please don't tell Yeki I was on her platform, because she don't know Nian that I have used her platform where I say make her thief and small. If you tell her I go saga you, let me see which person would go tell him. I will check from comment. Osayenwe Eweka, good evening, sir. Sister Eweka or brother Eweka, if you tell Monica say I using platform, a saga where I go saga you for this lie, you know, believer. God bless you. One love. And let me leave my benediction with you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace all the days of your life. Have a very good night, and may you sleep well. It shall be well with you. Shalom. Salam alaikum. Alayhi samuku al-heri. Good night. Thank you. Thank you.